A wooden plank of length x is cut into 8 sections such that each section is at most 2.5 meters long. What is the length of the entire plank in meters? When we see the key word at most, we know that this is an inequality. We know that length x is cut into 8 sections, which means we are dividing it by 8. The word is means that we're going to either have an equal sign or inequality, and it says is at most, which means that it cannot be bigger than 2.5 meters. So it has to be less than or equal to 2.5 meters. Now, we solve this as we would a regular equation. We would multiply this side by 8 and this side by 8. We have 5 halves times 8. We can simplify first. Divide this by 2. Divide this by 2. We have 5 times 4 and 1 times 1. So we know that x has to be less than or equal to 20 meters. So the length of the entire plank is 20 meters. Xavier is a salesperson who is paid a fixed amount of $455 per week. He also earns a commission of 3% on sales he makes. If Xavier wants to earn more than $575 in 1 week, how many dollars X in sales must he make? We see a keyword that is a fixed amount, which means he makes $455 no matter what. He also earns a commission of 3%, also would mean we are adding to that. Also, a commission of 3% on the sales. We don't know what the sales are, but it does tell us that the sales is represented by the variable x. 3% of x would be 0.03 times the sales. If Xavier wants to earn more than, so greater than, $575 in 1 week, how many dollars must he make? How many sales must he make? Two-step equation. We start by subtracting 455 from both sides of this inequality. That cancels out. This comes down. We subtract this. So we have 0.03x is greater than 120. Now we must divide by 0.03 on both sides. We have 120. This cancels out. 120 divided by 0.03. We move the decimal over 2 spaces, and we move the decimal over 2 spaces as well. Three goes into 12 4 times. We have 0. We have 0 here, but we must continue because we have more zeros underneath here. Each one will represent a 0 until we get to the decimal point. So in order to make more than $575 in 1 week, Xavier would need to make over $4,000 in sales.